All right, brethren. Thank you. Thank you, Creator, for giving me another opportunity to redeem the time while I am here in this reality, to have an opportunity to talk with my brethren, to just try to redeem the time to make ourselves while we are here in what's called the embryo of the earth. Thank you for joining me, Mahalia. Good to see you. My name is Jaiqua Ben Yisrael. Welcome to my channel where I try to minister to brethren who we are like-minded brethren. We are brethren who can attain to the Creator's voice. That the Creator has gifted us with an ability to implement His will into our own spirit, to follow, to learn, to redeem the time. The Creator has given people all over the world this opportunity to make themselves in the spirit. It's not something that most brethren can understand. It's a great mystery. It's a great mystery. It's the highest opportunity. And the hardest thing about it is believing that it's happening to you, that the Creator has revealed Himself to you. He's given you wisdom. He's given you an understanding that is so bright. You know, let me just thank the Creator first and pray that, Creator, that you give me the ability to say things that will help brethren, encourage them, and pray that I can meet the needs through the things that I say to whatever brethren are going through, brethren who have prayer requests, brethren who are struggling with one thing or another in this reality. I pray that you give them the gift of foresight, being able to not look at today and what is right now, but to be able to look at things 50 to 100 years from now, when none of this that we're going through right now will really matter. Only thing that will matter is how we build our foundation according to the things that we learn and how sincere we are in spirit and truth. And that's the only thing at the end of the day that's really going to matter. It just seems like reality is sometimes it just drags on, and it's going to be like this forever, even though we know that that's not true. And so I give you thanks. We supposedly live in a place with a land and where we are evolved. People say we're evolved, and that everybody, they work in their own best interests and they set themselves up for the best possible life that they can have while they're in this reality on the earth. And they do, but then nobody really takes the consideration out for their spirit to build it up. And the spirit is forever, or the soul, spirit and soul is forever. So, Creator, I thank you for that opportunity. I just pray you bless me and give me and my brethren a good time of fellowship together, that we could talk to one another. I pray that you bless the reading of the word as well. Creator, I just pray, and whatever unspoken things that um, unspoken prayers and requests, that you might grant them also according to your will. Thank you in your name. Brethren, again, thank you for joining me. My name is Jaiqua Ben Yisrael. Welcome to this channel. And it's a channel. It's not for everybody. It's for brethren who are very special people, brethren who are dedicated to the Creator. Creator has revealed Himself to them in a way that is quite astounding. I mean, He has his plan seems to become clearer and clearer. He creates man, He teaches man, man grows up, and he goes out to the earth and does the best that he can, and he falls on his face, and all the time the Creator stays with him, sends him gods, lords, and angels to bring him into the spiritual understanding of how to live with himself and prosper himself and rejoice and live in peace and harmony. And we've gotten to the point right now where the Creator, He says, all right, I've given you your life. I've given you the earth. I've given you the chance to see that without me, you can't do anything. And so all that while I've revealed to you that there's a spiritual side to life, and that's the life that you ought to really prepare for. You know that there's some called spiritualism. You have these questions you want to ask the creator, about what's going to happen here, what happens there, and what is the unseen, and what is heaven, and what is spirituality. And men, they have these questions, and the creator, he he rolls out his will for man very incrementally. Very incrementally. Man, he establishes governments, and each one are shown to be insufficient to bring about the kingdom of the kingdom of the creator, the kingdom on earth. And the creator knows this. He lets us make our own mistakes. He gives man free will to do what he thinks is best for him. And then he nudges them gently, sending man ashars and to help him and to guide him. And we just so happen to be in the flesh and under the tetracts, which are evil influences, which constantly tries to drag him down and tries to keep him from being able to elevate. But the time has come. The creator, he's let us experience our history. We've seen that we have not been able to attain the kingdom on earth. So he's been teaching us, revealing slowly spiritualism to us. And we're at a point now where the OAHSPE practical guidebook, the creator's given it to us. And not only are we learning about spiritual things, spiritual realities, but we're learning how to prepare. The creator, he says that he opens the libraries of heaven so we can read about the things of spirituality, so we can answer all our questions about what will become of us. But the sad thing is that right now we are amongst the people. I'm talking about God's children, God's people. We live amongst a people that are preoccupied with contemporary, I guess I can make up, if I were to make up a word, I would call it contemporaneous reality, the here and the now, preoccupied with that. We're taught to be that way ever since we were young, ever since we come out of the womb. We were taught that the here and now, that's the most important thing. Prepare for that. And it teaches you to be selfish. It teaches you to acquire, to make conquests, and to compete with your brethren. We live in that type of system, even though it's even though it's very, very temporary. You see, you live in a world where most people, they spend their whole life giving themselves over to temporariness. That's why I believe it takes a real skill, man. If you're going to be spiritual, it takes skill. I mean, it takes fortitude. It takes dedication. Now, I can say this speaking from experience, and I hope that, and I'm not trying to sound proud or brag or anything. For me, it's a matter of survival. If you ask me, I have to be spiritual. I have to chase the creator. It's a matter of my survival. Doing these videos, it's a matter of survival for me. Being able to try to talk with brethren, being able to listen to brethren, it's a matter of survival for me. Spirituality, it's always been a matter of survival for me, because I think I've been cursed. I do say cursed with being young, and then I just, from a young age, just realizing that realizing that this is all there is. realizing that this is all that there is. And that's a hard thing to carry for a young man to carry. I mean, from a young age, I couldn't explain it, man. But one thing I knew, that this was not all there is. I've heard amazing things from brethren, how when they were young, and the things they were thinking. And a brother even told me one time that I think it was a 4 or 5 year old asked him about the rotation of the sun or something. Brother Prince Judah, he said his niece asked him something like, you know, his niece, what? She was like 5 or 6 years old or real young. And he said she asked him about the rotation of the sun or something like that, you know? And I believe, and I've heard brethren like that. They talk about when they were young and the things that they were thinking and the things that they saw. And you just can't sell the creator short. I mean, you know, the mystery of things, I mean, people and, from a young age and thinking about spiritual things. And you just wonder at the whole thing, but for me, it was knowing, I just knew. I learned about temporariness young. Looking back, I can explain what I went through looking back. And it set me on a course to look for whatever is eternal. That's what that that is hindsight. My hindsight 2020. Now I'm just sharing it, just to let you know that that was my motivation. You brethren, you got your own motivation. You got a motivation too. It's up to us to find our motivation for the creator. Telling you, man, very important to find our motivation for the creator. You know, I was reading in cosmogony. I think I may be starting to go in that direction and learn about cosmogony and prophecy. And man, it's some tough things, man. And cosmogony and prophecy is pretty tough. One of the things I read, it talked about acquiring the gift of prophecy and two kinds of prophecy, and one was formulas and calculations, and the other one was going and living out in the woods and living uh meditating on the vibrations of unseen forces that come amongst you, and dedicating yourself to discipline and bathing daily and other requirements. And I honestly, I said, man, I hope that I can get to that level where the creator says, he tells you about a level, it's called seership, I think, where it's an incredible thing, man. The disciplines required for that, put away sexual proclivities and don't eat meat and live and learn the unseen vibrations of the forces of nature upon you. And to me, man, it sounded impossible. Like, how can you do this, man? Look at this. I may even still have it up on the screen. I was I was reading. Oh, yeah, I still got it on the screen. Check this out. I had to think, man, how can they keep this? How can they keep that? Where is it at? See if I can make it to where you could look at it on the screen. Cosmogony and prophecy. And we had the uh here it is right here on my screen. Computer's up. See, Anyway, it's how to certain level. I don't even know if I can be heard now. Seems like my computer's messing up. Uh, okay. Sorry about that, brethren. Can you? Okay, thanks, Mahalia. Thank you. Can you hear me now, Mahalia? Can you hear me now? Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. If you can hear me, type 1. It says that I'm broadcasting, so, but I don't know. If you can hear me, type 1. Or anyone. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, Daryl. Wow. Thanks, brother. Wow, good to see you, man. What a shock. You must need some money. Bro, if you need a loan, man, you don't have to come to my room to make me feel good, brother. Just hit me up hit me up privately, bro. You know? Oh, I got a good one in on him, boy. That was a good one, I admit, man. It's good to see you though, bro. You ever feel like you want to check in, man? Let me put the link in the room so that when I'm going on, if you ever, so my computer messed up on me. Let me make sure I put the link in the room. So if you get the inspiration, bro, just click on, you know what to do, you know. So uh no, I did, but I did mean the part about, if I can ever chip in, with you need a brother help you do the tighten up, I meant that part. I mean that for any brother or sister who I know, you know. That's my pleasure. So anyway, I lost where I was at. Um, I was talking about attaining to the seership, and okay, quick second. All right, good to see you, bro. Thanks for checking in. So let me see before I crashed out. Shoot, I forgot. Lost my train of thought. I was talking about the seership and the things that the the dedication required to attain that level, and it blanked out on me. Now I'm all discombobulated, trying to get back to where I was, and shoot, it really messed me up. Oh man, that's all right. It is what it is. So let me fix my screen here, get myself recombobulated here. All right. So let me try. Let me now we I was praying last week for the cosmic alignment and hoping. Boy, I was hoping, man. I was hoping for a move of the creator on the minds of men in the world and all over, I mean, the globe, for a consciousness raising event. And man, I wanted like a big explosion, or I wanted a planet to bump into another planet, or, something that will grab people's attention, that this reality is not all there is. I wanted lightning to strike, the somewhere, something to grab people's attention, and nothing, flat, nothing like what I expected. I mean, the planets, they lined up, and people, they did talk about it, and the inspiration that came to me said that that is the consciousness raising event. That is the consciousness raising event. That was a consciousness raising event in itself. When things like that happen in the spiritual, when cosmologically, that is a consciousness raising event. And the spiritual are going to pay attention to that type of stuff. It's going to be a consciousness raising event to them. It's going to testify of the creator when things like that happen. And here on earth, people say that, man, this is really rare. What is going on up there? This hasn't happened in so many years. The spiritual, the children, the faithists, they hear that type of stuff. They automatically start thinking of the creator. It is a consciousness raising event. Now, just because it didn't happen the way I expected, it doesn't mean that it was totally impotent and did not get its message across. That is a consciousness raising event. Even people who don't care anything about the creator are bound to think, I had to start thinking about things that I can't really explain. I don't really know in and out. And I got to start thinking about these things. I can't just keep going after money and just materialism. And it don't make no sense. So it was a consciousness raising event, but not the way I expect. Now, when things like that have happened in the past, it lead me to say, okay, that's it. I ain't paying no more attention to that type of stuff ever again. I just ain't gonna pay no attention, I ain't paying no attention. But then I got to thinking, Pluto went into Aquarius, and I believe in the effect of what that is doing. I believe in that. I can see that. Pluto going into Aquarius, I see it through technology primarily, because it is an era where the creator is going to take away the kingdom of man. He's already doing that right now. I am thoroughly convinced, brethren. And primarily, one of the biggest reasons is because if you look at technology, the advances, things that were discovered 6 months ago, that's like a dinosaur now. That's like a dinosaur now. That's how fast technology is moving, brethren. It's incredible. And now you combine that with the confluence of events, talking about carnality speaking in this reality, the events here on earth, and man's plans to destroy himself. Is full steam ahead. It is full steam ahead. You got a president in office now, and really he's showing his true colors. He don't like people who are not his kind. And he is showing you with a vengeance that he believes that the earth, it belongs to his people, He has an entitlement mentality. If you listen to him talk, he refers to people's intelligence. He calls them stupid, dumb, and historically, the oppressor of the Negro, that's how he describes the Negro. So, although he might not say the Negro by name, it shows you his true vibration and how he describes when he points at their intellect. And historically, that's how minorities have been labeled. It lets you everything you need to know about their character. So I'm only mentioning that to I'm not trying to sound like I'm racist or anything. I'm done with that vibration. But not everyone in the world is finished with that vibration. Oh shoot, man. Look at there. It's time for the soul confirmation already. It's time for the soul confirmations already. Doggone it. Let me see. Giving me a lot of trouble. This thing has been giving me a lot of trouble. This computer. They keep messing with it, changing it, and now I can't even find the setup that I had before. Now I got to find the soul confirmation. Hey, Sharice. All right. We got Sharice in here. We got Sharice. We got her. Okay, now see, now I can't even find, can't even find the soul confirmation. They did something with the program I was using. They just discombobulated it and they don't give you a say in how you want to, they just automatically assume that they know better than you, how you would like your own computer set up. And then they just blow everything up. And then you got to go back and reconfigure everything. And, now we got Elizabeth in here. Oh man, we're hot tonight. You guys are coming in for the soul confirmation. Look at that. They wiped it off my screen. See, I'm convinced, things like this, man, I don't think it's an accident. They just wiped it off. They reconfigured the Yahoo Mail here and okay, here it is right here. All right. I was starting to complain. I shouldn't be doing that. They redesigned it or something. Yep, like even this. I don't know what this is. Hold on a second, brother. I'm trying to figure it out. They got this thing. They changed it and got a different setup and it's man. You just can't leave things the way they are. Somebody's always got to change. Here, go back to the old Yahoo. Let's see if I can go back to the old Yahoo. just can't make it. Just leave me alone. Just leave Quab's computer alone, please. Stop messing with him. Okay, I think I'm getting somewhere now. Sorry, brother, I'm taking this time. They threw me a curveball, changed the configuration. So, all right, now, all right, we got it back. Time for the soul confirmation. Let's do soul confirmation. Where are we at? You know I'm gonna lose my place, right? Let me see. Where are we at? The intelligence of my soul rules every organ of my body. My soul expresses divine harmony. I bless these organs with the love of my creator. My soul abides serene. Nerve currents focus on my soul. Okay, here we are. We're on this part right here. My soul is myself, the witness of all. That's the soul confirmation for today. Let me if I can get it to. My soul is myself, the witness of all. Right there. Top right. Anybody, if you're new to the room, just read this part over here. Freeze the screen. Read it. Read it slow. Read it over and over and over again. And then just read read all of it, and then you'll be caught up to speed. You'll be caught up to speed. Oh, okay. She said, "Oh, shoot, man. You're right, Sharice. You're right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't plug it in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry about that. Thank you, sis. Okay. Top right. My soul directs and sustains. That's the one we're doing today. Or wait a minute. Is it my soul? No, it's my soul sits silently. Okay, yeah. It's my soul sits silently in the silent majesty within the secret place of power. All right. That's the soul confirmation. Thanks, Sharice. I didn't have it on the screen. All right. So I'm late. Brethren, let's do it together. Make it bigger. Let's see if I can make it a little bit bigger so we can see it real good and clearly. We doing my soul is all my intelligence. The line where it says my soul is all my intelligence. Okay. So on three. All right. On three. And again, this is how we get that vortex rolling. This is the action that starts the vortex within ourselves and in the world. This is how we train up our soul. This is how we prepare ye the way. This is how we shape and make ourselves. All right, so let's do it on three. Okay, 1, 2, 3. My soul is all my intelligence, conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. Again, 1, 2, 3. My soul is all my intelligence, conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. Again, 1, 2, 3. My soul is all my intelligence, conscious and subconscious and superconscious. And there you have it. That's the soul confirmation for January 27th, 2025. We're going to do it again at the end of the video. And brethren, think at that. Think of that statement. Think of it. Look at it. Think about it. My soul is all these things. That's what it's saying. Here, this soul confirmation, it's one of those positive reinforcement statements. A lot of these are positive reinforcements. See, we didn't know how to train our soul. We training our soul. It's like now the creator is teaching us, hey, this is how you train your soul. Train it. Again, man, I gotta give admiration to parents and single parents. I have to give them admiration. Do you know the patience that they have to have? Do you know the patience that they have to have with children? Do you ever think about that? Do you know the patience that goes into the raising it? I have to give them all the respect in the world. I have to give it to them. You parents and you single parents, I have to give it to you. Because, see, oh man, that's the hardest thing. Patience, waiting, patience, because the Creator, He calls us to be, and those of us who do not have children, like myself, you know, He's calling me, He's making me experience the same thing that parents have gone through. See, I got to be patient. You got to be patient. You got to be patient, man. And in the meantime, this is what I want you to do. It's like sometimes you see a parent, they teach their children, they teaching them how to use a spoon, how to use a fork. And it takes patience. And then the child, they spill the cereal all over the place, you know. They start eating with their fingers, you know. They start throwing the Cheerios at their brother or sister, you know. And then you look up and they pouring the box into the bowl and they piling on the sugar and they grab the spoon and they get busy, See, it's bearing fruit now. All those years of taking the time, same way with the Creator. That's what He's doing with the soul, You got to be patient. You got to take the time. If you can just overcome, it's like everything with the Creator. It's like, man, if you can just overcome the desire to be restless, if you can envision what you are doing, that is the key to the world. It's got to be the key. See, my soul is all my intelligence. See, the importance of the soul. It's my conscience, it's my subconscious, it's my superconscious. Okay, well, if that's the case, then, and my intelligence is what I have made it up till now, based on the things that I have let into my mind, you know, like the environment, it taught my soul to think, to believe a certain way. It dealt with my conscience because of the things I was exposed to, the external stimuli that caused me to make up the character, my spirit, my soul, the way I am today, how I internalize things, my subconscious, all this, my soul. So I trained my soul to be one way. Now, the Creator, He's saying, now it's time to train my soul in the way of the kingdom. It's time for me to prepare my soul in the way of the kingdom. To prepare, I need to prepare my soul in the way of the new reality, which is the kingdom, which is to come on the earth. You have to prepare. Okay, see, like, give you an example. Like, I read this, okay? I hope it don't cut off on me again. I'm gonna try to do it again. No, I better not. I better not. I was gonna go back to cosmogony and prophecy and read what it had to say about obtaining the seership and the discipline required. And man, it is rough. I mean, that sound like some type of, you know, monastery stuff. The monks, they live in monasteries and it takes some real discipline, you know. But the Creator, if He's saying it, then it can be done. Now, shoot, I forgot my point. My soul, I think basically is we have that opportunity to prepare. We're being told to prepare for a reason. There's a reason. And I think there's a recompense to not prepare, not like, you know, is something to be scared of, but I think it's better to prepare my soul. And I think I was going to give an example like to I find I'll just be honest. I'll be honest, you know. Well, I want to, you know, sometimes I find myself looking at Twitter too long. Twitter, X, and I recently covenanted with myself that I'm gonna stop that, man, because it's a lot of destructive programming, really anywhere, really, you know. It's a lot of destructive programming, and that stuff's going into my mind, you know. They have a lot of destructive programming. And I think the creator is saying that you have to guard, just like there's a scripture where it says you have to guard your heart, for out of it are the issues of life. It appears to me, man, that as a faithist, we got work to do. We have to stay in guard over the ear gate, the eye gate, even the nose gate, you know, where the things enter in and influence you. We got to post a watch, man, you know. And so I told myself, you know, I I'm gonna cut off. I mean, I get information from a lot of information from X and Twitter, and it's just one of the tools that I use to gather information, try to get a feel for what's going on around me and learning. And but it's like I said, it's a lot of garbage programming, and I covenanted not to give as much time to it. And I think that you know, that's how the soul it gets, you know, it's like you get trained, you train it, you just keep guard over what goes in, and then it can't influence you. And I think subconsciously, because here we read in the soul confirmation, it says part of the soul is the subconscious, and external stimuli can deal with the subconscious. You know, I don't want to make it sound too discombobulating, but I think the creator, he'll lead you, man, and tell you, you know, this is how you can. I mean, he gives you a high mountain to climb. Me personally, I want to climb it while I'm alive. I ain't gonna be able to do it, but you know what I mean? I want to climb it. I want to attempt. You know, this channel here is for people who got, I mean, this is a channel for brethren who got the ability to take a stand, to take, I mean, to get on, to make a decision. This is a channel for brethren who have the ability, man, to get for real about the creator, about what he's doing now. I know that the world, they sit and wait. They say, well, how can you be sure? How can you be sure? I don't think the creator give you that luxury. You know, he give you his word. It's anointed, unique understanding, and that's enough for right now. No, if you want to quibble over, well, you know, you still got questions. All right, man, go ahead, man. Well, you know, whatever. I'm sorry, you know, figure it out yourself. You take the time to be in meditation, to search yourself, to reason within yourself what's right. You know, It shouldn't be hard, man. I mean, I love the way the creator, it don't sound like he really trying to convince anybody. That part I love, man. I'm late for the I wanted to post, share some things that I've been sharing in the room. I have to admit, man, the creators say things like don't share this word, which I violate probably every single day. And he says don't try to proselytize anybody. And I'll be honest, I love that too. I love that. It's something about it, man. I can barely live with sharing, doing these videos because I perceive brethren and such as myself. They get a kick. There's something about this word, man. It gives you a kick. It's a blessing. It's something about it. That's the only thing lately I've been struggling with, man. Should I be doing videos? Should I, the creator said, don't share my word. He said, don't share it. Maybe somebody can tell me something encouraging, and I mean that right here in the chat. Can somebody say something? What should I be doing videos? I mean, how do you? He said, "Don't share." What does he mean by that? You know what I'm saying? Can somebody say something? What should I do? I mean, I've been thinking about that. Like, man, he says this. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, but then he gives us his word. I mean, that's something I really been thinking about. Should I be doing this? Should I be sharing this? I mean, I don't get it. I like it. I like the way he says. I like the way he says, no, let them find it. Let it be because in their soul, man, they looking for me. I think that's what that's the only way he want you to come to him. Not where you go and because you make a great argument, then somebody believed your words instead of the direct inspiration from the creator. You believe because you done been through it, the ringer. You just been struggling internally. You've been looking for the creator. He said he made life like a mountainous, like a mountain. He said that. Y'all remember the other day? He said he made it to where life is like a mountain. In other words, difficult. He said that. Y'all remember? It's a struggle. Almost time for the reading of the word. Here goes some verses that I wanted to share in the different rooms. I haven't mentioned the rooms of here's my room, there's my contact information. I'm there for anybody that wants to minister to orphans, disabled, and elderly. There's my contact information. And really, if a brother or sister approach me and they say there's a brother whose sister who's down and out, man, I will jump in. I will help out the best way I can. I will do it, man. I love the way the creator, all of us, we should be searching ourselves, man. Like what do you really, what are you like, man? Well, for real, who are you? What type of guy are you? I mean, the other day, it's like the inspiration I got was like, man, as you should search yourself. You should cut the fat in life. Cut the fat, man. Be for real. Learn how to be 100%, even if it hurt people's feelings. Long as you don't mean to, but man, be 100%. Like I gave an example, like that guy who I used to share about would come over, pretty semi-regularly. He was a nurse, but he couldn't get it, man. He could not get it. And I didn't like all the laughing and joking that we was doing. That that neighborhood, homie joking that went on. I got to a point I dealt with it at first. And then I began to say, hey man, my soul began to say, hey, look, man, I'm in my 60s now. And I don't like joking around and talking all homey like anymore. I can't, I don't like that, joking around, shooting the bull. I'll do it for about 30 seconds, all right? But then at some point, Guy Quad want to get serious. I don't want to, you know what I mean? And he just couldn't, he was in his 40s. And he wouldn't get off of it, always joking around. Hey, man, when you going to get off the OAHSPE? And that was really the final straw right there. That was the final straw. When he came over, joking and laughing and giggling. Yeah, came in, put his book bag down, sat down like he always do. I would offer him something to eat or drink. After about 8 months, man, of this going on, you're going to come in and joke with me about something that's the foundation of my life. Now, he didn't mean no harm by it, but that was the last straw for me. I was tired of that vampire spirit sucking the life out of me. And so I stopped returning his calls. I stopped the associating. I think you brethren, as you get older, man, you get like that. You start cutting the fat, man. You start dumping negative energy. Get away from it. If you ain't no benefit to me, man, if you're not trying to help me increase my energy, strengthen my motion, then I just have to cut you loose if I can, if I don't have to deal with you. And I read in cosmogony where basically it talked about negative and positive energies. The male is positive, the female is negative, and it talk about why you want to eat herbivorous food, because flesh food increases the positive, what is it, vortexia, or which results in a decreased spirituality. In other words, man, it takes work. Our soul, our spirit. And so I cut that brother off, man. I don't feel like joking around a whole lot, If I'm sitting up here trying to talk to you about spiritual things and it's going in one ear and out the other, and you treating it, I don't have time. I can't deal with that. I'm not going to keep doing it. And I think as you get older, you examine yourself, you get more serious with yourself. You treat your time more preciously, especially if you're a faithist. I don't know. I could be wrong, man. I just got things I'm constantly trying to sharpen, what's the, how does the Bible describe it? Iron sharpening iron, doggone it. I never got to my brother's room on Facebook, Brother Omian's room. Here's Brother Omian's room where you can send a friend invite. That's one of his rooms right there. And then the brother's got another room where you can send him a friend invite, if I can ever find it. Send him a friend invite, and you can come in and brethren, have fellowship with brethren. I lost it. The objective is to have fellowship with brethren who are enlightened and who the Creator has blessed them. He's gifted them with the ability to redeem the time and to be sensitive to his word and to share from the guidebook. And so that's his room right there. And I wanted to share some verses real quick before I get into the reading. Now, the name of the reading is called Peace and Prosperity. I named it Pizza for Everybody because it's just, see, I tell you, man, with the creator, you know, it's, you read like Radiance Anthology. I remember something that Dave told me. He talked about going into the spirit, and he said he was able to look at another level where he knew he couldn't go there. He said he wasn't, something like he wasn't ready yet. It's like, man, when you read Radiance Anthology, it's so positive, it's so encouraging, it's almost sickening. You see how we ain't ready? If you're like that, they always talking about encouraging you. What if you had a friend like that? You know, sometimes you suffer from depression, like I do. And a friend keep coming over. Hey man, it's just a temporary thing. You can do it, man. Look at the bright side. Let's go outside. Let's get some sunshine, man. Let's smell the roses. Let's go, let's go get a cup of coffee, come on, brother. You're a good old dude, man. You really are, just a good old guy, always trying to help you and encourage you and build you up. And that strikes me as the Ethereans, man. Let me see. Sharice got something. She says, I was like that with my old friend since I was 16. I think she's let me see. She says, I just couldn't anymore. I just couldn't anymore. I will always love her, but I had to let her go. Yeah, so she had a friend too. I think it just comes to that, man. Sometimes, especially, I don't know, I'm experiencing as I get older. I can't, I I'm changing, man. I don't, if your energy, if you take and if me dealing with, if you sapping too much of my energy, I gotta let you go, man. I got to let you go, man. I have got to surround myself with people who increase my energy. I've got to do it, man. I really, I don't know, man. I think the creator is, I read that in cosmogony and prophecy. I hope that I start getting into that more and more now. It talked about that negative, positive and negative energy vibration. And that resonated with me, how it seemed like this reality, the creator is forcing you to find it's like he whittling you down to your real self. Get you to your real self, and you start acting like your real self, what you really believe, and now you're ready to be harvested. Get rid of that fake phoniness and pleasing people. Get rid of that and get real, man. Get real. If you don't like something, the problem that I have is being able to express myself. A lot of guys are like that. Women are better at that. I think they can express. A lot of guys are good at that too. I'm not really. A lot of times I have to wait until I blow up at you, and I don't want to be that way. But when I'm in the moment, like when I have to express myself, it's hard for me to do it. I'm always better like a half hour after I was supposed to give an answer. My best response is like a half hour after the situation. But there are brethren who can respond, brethren and sisters, who can in time, you know what I mean? They can represent themselves immediately. It's hard for me to do that. But, and then when, you know, when you have to wait like that and think about what you want to say, when the moment comes, it could cause you to respond, you know, in a way that you wish you had responded better. I don't know. I hope you know what I mean. But Cherise says, yeah, she had some people. I think that if their energy, if it's negative, if it's contrary to yours, I think the creator is saying, you know, or he just gives you a principle. Matter of fact, I think I have it posted here. I'm late for the reading of the word. He mentions something about a tune, a tune, a tune, where if you play a note and then depending on where that note bounces off of is going to determine the type of response you get. And you're dealing with, you have certain energies in your life, people who they're not resonating with you. It's somebody's energy is going to get sapped. You know what I mean? I think I posted it here in the room. Let me see if I can try to find it. We're talking about your energy. Let me try to find that because I'm late for the reading. So let me try to get to that one verse. Let's see. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Okay, I think this is it right here. Now I asked AI something. I think, or I was asking about this verse, and it talks about energy transfer. As a young child sleeping with a very old person loses wertexia. I know you brethren have seen this. Becoming emaciated, or as a negative husband is devoured by a positive wife. You brethren you can, what's a good word for comprehend? You can comprehend this, can't you? It says, as a negative husband is devoured by a positive wife, or a negative wife devoured by a positive husband, so is the prophet consumed by the multitude. It has something to do with energy transfer, man. You know. Now it's time for the reading. I'm real late, so I can only just have y'all read this. I can't really comment on it right now. Maybe I can do it tomorrow. So it's a good read. You know, hopefully you can just check it out and draw your own conclusions. You know. Time for the reading of the word. Now, the name of the reading of the word is, I entitled it Peace Pizza for Everybody. I was looking at a movie, and there was a part in the movie, I think the movie was called City of Hope. City of Hope. And there was a part in the movie where the it was about poor people who were still joyous. And whenever something joyful happened, one of the young boys would say, "Pizza for everybody." You know. All right, Yappa. Good to see you, Yappa. All right. He would say, "Pizza for everybody." You know. So let me go ahead and read this, and let me see. Yappa's got something. She says, "You need to watch the Pilgrim's Progress. It's a cartoon, but it's about OAHSPE." I've heard of it, Pilgrim's Progress. I think I might have seen it. I have to revisit it. All right, let's go ahead and this reading. It's a little lengthy, but I think I can get through it. So let's find out. All right. May the Creator bless the reading of His Word. Peace and prosperity for everybody. It says an almighty benevolent will is constantly organizing and reorganizing the universe. Make sure that I'm sharing on the screen. Okay, I am. All right, good. It says its wisdom and ordering power is manifest in the arrangement of the particles of every atom and the beauty and usefulness of all organic forms. And in the stupendous order of the cosmos, only in human society is there disorder and disease. All through the ages, seers and mystics have revealed that aspiring and progressive immortals have organized heavenly kingdoms and exalted spiritual realms, which manifest the wisdom, harmony, order of the universal health and prosperity of the benevolent creator of the universe. Now, the revelation that the great day of the Almighty is at hand is coming to thousands of sensitive souls in all parts of the world. How do you like that? Cosmic Day. It says the revelation that the great day of the Almighty is at hand is coming to thousands of sensitive souls in all parts of the world. Now, I'll say something. When you look at social media, I think this has been the case for a while. People seem to know there's something in the air. People seem to know there's something in the air. I think that a lot of it has to do with Pluto going into Aquarius. Pluto going into Aquarius is a big deal, man, and it is effective. It's talking about taking the kingdom away. It's talking about a separation from the world's people, from the creator's people. You know that? And people seem to be under this, if they know that we're that something is going on. I think that's what this is saying. People, us as FOMA, the feeling that there's something in the air. And I think that it's getting more and more, what's a good word for, um, what's a good word for, um, the realization of the great day is becoming more and more palpable. I'm looking for a better word than that. It's becoming more and more obvious, and it's coming to thousands of sensitive souls in the world, it says. It says the day or era long prophesied in all the Bibles of the world is upon us. Is upon us. The power of the government of the immortals is coming into manifestation to heal this sick and discordant planet and to restore humanity to their prosperous spiritual estate as inheritors of the harmonious heavens of love. See, it says the power of the government of the immortals. That's the Ethereans. They say is coming into manifestation to heal this sick and discordant planet. And to restore humanity to their prosperous spiritual estate. as inheritors of the harmonious heavens of love. Now, see, brother, I share something. From what I understand, that's what the earth was meant to be. It was meant to be a paradise. Now, I want to direct your attention to something that a video that I came across on YouTube that you might be interested in. And you might be interested to look at this. Now, these are scholars. These are scholars. And I get a lot of information from these scholars. The fifth kind. The fifth kind. Now, this is a good site, man. I mean, it's a terrible shame how they are wrecking the Bible. Well, it's not a shame. It just is delivering a lot of brethren from deception. Now, I wanted to submit this video to you, brethren, right here. It's called "The Elohim Made Us Work in Their Gan Eden," in their Garden of Eden. You might get a kick out of this. And in summary, they are talking about the fallen gods and how they have duped us into the life that we are currently under. Now, it's kind of hard to follow along, but you can do it. And the person narrating is a Bible scholar. So his information is pretty solid. He was a scholar for the Vatican, and he's one of the main ones that exposes the deception of the Bible and the problematic nature of the Bible. I mean, he's really doing an incredible job in exposing the deception that is the Bible. So let me get back to reading. It says, so now the revelation that the great day of the Almighty is at hand is coming to thousands of sensitive souls in all parts of the world. See, remember, the Creator said he speaks to your soul. And here it's saying that it's people, or it's the great day is resonating in people's soul. The day or era long prophesied in all the Bibles of the world is upon us. The power of the government of the immortals, as the Ethereans, is coming into manifestation to heal this sick and discordant planet and to restore humanity to their prosperous spiritual estate as inheritors of harmonious heavens of love. How do you like that? See, the Ethereans, if I'm not mistaken, the angels of the organic plateaus who will implement this transition, will bring about this transition. They are working to restore a harmonious heaven of love. That's what it was always meant to be. And man got hijacked, just like the fallen have hijacked religion now. Religion has started out good. Moses, Capelia. I forget the other ones. Zarathustra, the progenitors of religion. It says the voice of the Creator is speaking in the midst of the nations. Ancient prophecies are being fulfilled. The old order of selfish competition is failing. See, that's where we are. We live in competition. Men compete with one another for limited resources, although they're not limited. It's just that they've been restricted because the what's a good word for ineptitude of the governance of men to rule over themselves. They haven't been able to bless themselves with tapping into the, or even if they knew how to tap into the abundance. See, one thing that our reality requires is that people work. That's the strength of government, man, to make you work, to force you to work, make you compete with one another so that those who benefit the most can continue to be propped up. The owners of means and productions, their whole power, authority is to force people to work, man, to make them to use their survival instinct against them for their own sustenance. The voice of the Creator is speaking in the midst of nations. Ancient prophecies are being fulfilled. The old order, selfish competition, is failing. See, that's what Pluto going into Aquarius is now. Is taking the authority from the few and giving it to the many. Aquarius is the humanitarian. Aquarius is water for the world. Pluto is energy, is force, is energy. So you put the two together, you talking about the watering, the benefit of the whole world, not just a few. And here is saying that order, the old order of competition and selfishness, is crumbling. It is doomed. It cannot survive. The new order of cooperative goodwill is being revealed to all who desire to work for the welfare of humanity. That's why whenever what change we experience, whatever change, whatever it is, that as we begin to move towards the kingdom on earth and the new vibration of serving one another, of the end of buying and selling, not everybody is going to be able to vibrate with that. We live in a reality where people are so tied to selfishness. They don't want to see, they want to be the only ones on top of the mountain. They don't want to share, to see to it that other brethren can make it to the top too. There are people in this reality like that. They love competition, man. They love competing because maybe they've been blessed with a superior intellect. But see, the world, they don't know that if you've been blessed with a superior intellect, it's for you to turn around and serve brethren with it, not to claim it as your own and then benefit off of it to the exclusion of your brethren. That's a misuse of the Creator's gift. And not only that, you have to, like, remember what we read the other day? You're going to have to retrace your steps. You're going to have to retrace, you're going to have to retrace. You creators get like Elon Musk, right? You brethren probably know about Elon Musk. Now, whether by hook or crook, he's been gifted with the riches of the world. Now, how he does it is, I don't know what the good word is for inconsequential, but he has acquired the riches of the world. So therefore, He is charged with distributing. He's charged with using whatever gift he has for acquisition of riches. He is charged also with dispersal of those riches in an equitable manner that will benefit the most people within his reach. Do you think he's going to do that? No. He's going to use his riches to influence the president, to implement agendas that will strengthen his interests, his business interests. You see? That's the way of the world. Instead of you taking your gift, see, in the king in Shalem, in Jehovah's kingdom, it ain't going to be none of that capitalism. You could forget that. If a brother is gifted in healing or growing, you know what I mean, agriculture, or just gifted in being a good friend, gifted in fixing things, maybe, you know what I mean? It's not going to be for profit. It's going to be for free. That's the faithless kingdom. And that's what's going to sink the kingdom of man. That is what's going to sink the kingdom of man, because they're gifted people. They want to be compensated. And it's often to the detriment of their brethren. I got to have $50 million. I got to have, if you want me to do that, you got to pay me $50 million and I'll do it. And then they going to take that and bless themselves. That's all that the kingdom of man has ever been. And praise the Creator. He's, even as we speak, that's what that planetary alignment, that is the message that could be behind that planetary alignment. You know how, like, when the clock strikes zero, that's what that planetary alignment, that's what it could represent. It's like, all right, the clock strikes zero, and now from this time on, the change is toward the kingdom of light and the faithless. From this time forward, even up and past the harvest. Remember that graph we saw? And the light, the enlightenment, the energy, it just kept pointing upward and upward. So that alignment that happened Saturday, it was a alignment where the planets lined up. They call it the planetary parade. It could be like when the clock strikes zero. See what I mean? Now, I'm only speculating, but I may be right. That's the inspiration given to me. See, we ought to look forward, brethren. You know, we ought to be encouraged, man. You know, we ought to do the soul confirmations. We ought to prepare ourselves. Let us be prepared, man. Let us exercise patience. Remember the parents and the child, you know, and they grow up, and after years and years of patience and labor, they see their child graduate from high school. You know, same with us. See, we have to be patient with ourselves. Jehovah's goodwill shall be organized into all departments of human society. He shall inspire the benevolent organizers of industry and commerce to develop a cooperative system which shall circulate all the products of human intelligence and labor for the benefit of all. Do you, brothers, see that? Do you understand? He's talking about the kingdom on earth. See, that's our kingdom. You see, are you paying attention? He shall inspire the benevolent organ. He's going to turn it around. It's like the institutions that are already here that are for profit, for selfish sake. The Creator's saying that's going to be turned around. He shall inspire the benevolent organizers of industries and commerce to develop a cooperative system which shall circulate all the product of human intelligence and labor for the benefit of all. See, like maybe medicine, if there's such a thing in the kingdom. See, it ain't going to be you know what I mean? Availability only for those with financial means. See, we live in a reality where people, they have to choose between food and medicine. How's that living? How is that the kingdom of God? See, the Creator, he's saying, instead of resources going to those who don't really need it, it's going to go to those who need it. Does that not make sense? It says Jehovah's intelligence shall be revealed within the temple of humanity, within you, through the cooperation. Cooperate for brethren who are willing, who say, I want to be a part of the new reality. I volunteer, I submit my name for inclusion. I want to be drafted to help out, to be a part of that's see, Creator, you don't force anybody. It says, through the cooperation of man and angels, his kingdom shall come into expression out of the heart of humanity. See? His love shall inspire harmony in all human relations. It ain't going to be no ulterior motives of me dealing with you. Like, I befriend you so I can rip you off. Hey, brother, that's a nice business you got there. I can help you increase it. You know, why don't you go ahead and make me your accountant? See? No, man, not so with the Creator. His love shall inspire harmony. See, when people know they're going to be taken care of, now you're free to love. Our whole society is wrecked because people are unsure of their survival. They're unsure, man. You know, I see videos of old people living in cars, not vans, cars. I saw this one video of a brother yesterday, and he was trying to justify living in the car, talking about how happy. I knew he was lying. He lived in his car for the past 2 years, and he was sitting up there trying to tell people how sad, how happy he was, and he was free, and nobody could tell him what to do. And I knew he was lying. Now, I'm sorry to sound harsh, but I didn't respond or anything. And, you know, I did put in the comment section, OAHSPE Practical Guidebook, which I should not have done. That's all I said. OAHSPE Practical Guidebook. Because a man is he's not meant to live in a car. In addition, that is not healthy. And for him to sit up there and try to justify it, told me he was bordering on a mental illness, man. It's like you're bordering on a mental illness to think that the Creator You know what I mean? Let me see. I totally missed what Cherie said. She said, I'm so blessed the Creator saved my daughter this past spring. She had heart surgery. She was 21, had a big hole in her heart when she was born. And this Friday, she's going to graduate from university. Oh, good for you, Cherise. Good for you, man. You know, see, healthcare won't only go to those who can afford it. See, the kingdom, it will go to all who need it, regardless of their means to pay for it, is what we're reading here. The social life of earth shall reflect the beauty and harmony of the social life of heaven. Human beings shall work as vigorously to organize all forms of productiveness for the welfare of all, as in the past they have organized for self gain. So the same energy that the people of the world put into their own benefit, their own advantage, is going to be turned around. The Creator is going to turn that around. We are in the midst of a process of world purification, which is to bring the greatest good to all the nations of the earth. The organization of the principles of mercy, justice, cooperation shall do away. Look at this, with all diseases. Look at this. The organization of the principles of mercy, justice, and cooperation shall do away with all diseases, criminality, poverty, sorrow, and every form of human suffering. How do you like that? Man shall have the inspiration to create an orderly, harmonious, and prosperous form of social life and government. There is a change coming, a change in the heart of man when he basically has enough of his corrupt, insufficient economic world system. The universal practice of goodwill shall attune human minds to the accumulated wisdom acquired by the most progressive of the angel hosts through the ages of experience. Those who aspire to use knowledge for the benefit of humanity shall become inspired instruments through which the knowledge and wisdom of the angelic hosts will be given to mankind. When goodwill becomes universal and knowledge is used only for the benefit of mankind, see, pizza for everybody. Pizza for everybody. That's the only way that man can make it. He doesn't know this yet. He just can't get it. He must, he must seek his own. He can't get it. His system. Yaffa says, I can't imagine. Yeah, that's terrible that you can't even imagine that. How the creator's going to do it. That's a terrible thing, man. We're in a situation where it's so weird, so greedy and selfish. Now, I think that's the United States. There's a lot of information coming out about other places where it's better than the United States. The problems in the world, well, I don't want to go down that path, man, but Europe, United States, and Israel, they are really holding back a lot because they're so greedy. They have to be above everybody else. And the Creator says, when goodwill becomes universal and knowledge is used only for the benefit of mankind, then many marvelous principles will be revealed. Principles of great value to the human family cannot be revealed until human beings are kind enough to use them wisely. If they were used for selfish ends, they would cause universal suffering. Ain't that the truth? If you give man power, he's going to hoard it. He ain't going to share it unless you pay him. Unless that's what we have shown, the history of man. One lesson that we have learned: if a man can hoard, if he can take, if you give him power over his brother, he is going to you can look even in this world today, man. Even if a brother has power over 2 or 3 people, man, he guards it like he does his firstborn. Even a brother with no power, let's say he has a following of 2 or 3 people, man, and he guards it like his bank account. That goes to show you, man, the spirit that people, even, even, I mean, not to mention those with great power and authority. If a man on the bottom of society is willing to guard next to nothing with all of his energy, and he's a pauper, then what do you think a rich man will do? That's the way power works, man. That's why you can't give it to man. You can only give it to a faithless man who will turn around and devise a system where it is distributed for the benefit of the most and for all. That's the kingdom of God. And it appears to me that the Creator, he talked about bringing us in to, well, I can't go into it now. I was going to talk about the region of Dabis, Dabis, and it has something to do with abracadabra. Can't go into it right now. But we're getting, we read in another lesson where, see, the serpent, our solar system, if I'm saying that correctly, is traveling, and we travel through Ethereal worlds, and they work whatever their work is on the earth. They work us whatever way they implement. They deal with influence the angels to work whatever will that they, and we travel through their worlds. And there was a region mentioned called Dabis, and you get the opinion that it is a region of increased pressure on the earth. Increased pressure on the earth. And you have to think that's the light. It presses down in the darkness and pushes it away. And it seems to indicate problematic events on the earth because of the approach of the downward pressure of the light on the earth. And so before man will give up his kingdom, it seems like he has to learn a harsh lesson. The many blessings of divine wisdom shall come to mankind as they become one with the purpose of their creator and work with him for the welfare of his creations. See, pizza for everybody. Those who continue to seek selfish gain shall lose all. How do you like that? How do you like that? Did you hear that? See, and that's where we live. People, they seek to get all they can. You got people who die with millions of dollars in the bank account. They die. They die rich, man. That's the human heart, man. He cannot love his brother. We cannot do that. I must put my brother in slavery, man. If I got the power, the first thing I'm gonna do is put him in slavery. That's the first thing. I'm gonna pay him a wage, and then I'm gonna work the hell out of him. I'm gonna work his ass sun up to sundown. That's all those migrants trying to get into this country. You know what I mean? They will do anything to come here. They will allow themselves, and we live in a system that loves that, man. If a human being come and saying, I'll do anything, oh man, America, I ain't gonna get started. Praise the Creator, He's gonna turn that around. That's gonna get turned around. And for all I know, that clock has already started. Those who continue to seek selfish gain shall lose all. Praise the Creator. Praise Him, man. The wise who catch the new spirit. The wise, look at that. The wise who catch the new spirit. What is the new spirit? Benevolence, self-abnegation, the willingness to be your brother's keeper. The wise who catch the new spirit, that is now, they say it's now inspiring the mind of humanity. So I don't know when this was written. Will quickly consecrate their lives to create the spirit and order of heaven and order of heaven here on earth. To those who so consecrate their lives, there will come the first fruitage from the outpouring of the everlasting riches of the kingdom of the Creator that now draws near with the wisdom and power to accomplish His mighty purpose. First come, first served. The fruitage of the outpouring of the everlasting riches of the kingdom. How do you like that? First come, first served. Those who consecrate their lives, they prepare themselves, they get ready. See? Those who have so consecrated their lives to doing the will of the Creator can testify that earth has no joy so great as that which they realize in their daily work of revealing the wisdom and blessing of the victorious immortals to the seeking souls of mortals. And that is so true, man. Hey, Nazarene, all right. Got Nazarene in here. Time to close the video, but we got him. So it's telling you that last paragraph. And that will conclude the reading of the word. Those who have so consecrated, prepared, all them brethren, that's talking about the faith this man, ever since, from what I can understand, ever since the cosmic era began, man, It says those who are, that's why, brethren, prepare, man. Prepare, continue to prepare, man, even if you don't think you see results. Go against, what other word is there out there, man, where we can learn? Is there another word because if you got it, share it, man, so we can do it. Where is it, man, if this is not it? Is what I'm saying. Where is it? Where is the word? Who's got it? See? Those who have so consecrated their lives to doing the will of the Creator can testify that earth has no joy as great as that which they realize in their daily work of revealing the wisdom and blessing of the victorious immortals to the seeking souls of all mortals. It's saying, you brethren, when you get a chance to talk to somebody about the Creator, you get a kick out of it. I know you do. People naturally like to show how much they know. They naturally like to do it. Number one, they like to express themselves, In the world, sometimes they have the wrong motivation because they want to show how much they know in a vain, glorious type of way. But see, this paragraph here is saying, you brethren, you got the truth. Now, when you say the truth, you got the answer, man. The OAHSPE is imperfect. We understand that for reasons I can't go into right now, but it is the closest to perfection we're going to get, spiritually speaking. It's a guidebook. You got answers. And when you got answers, you love to share it with people. You love to talk to them about the Creator. Although many brethren, I know you don't open your mouth. I'm also going down that road where I won't say anything unless the Creator forced me to open my mouth with people, because people are ungrateful. I'm sorry to say this. They're unthankful. They're bitter. Their beast is right below their fingertips. The world is not good at controlling their beast. They will lash out and squeeze your freaking head off, man. The world. Their charity, it only runs skin deep, man. I'm sorry to say that. That's why we got to be careful when we deal with the world, man. Their energy, it can sap yours. We have to be, well, I don't want to go down that, cosmogony and prophecy, man. That's why I'm even talking about this type of stuff, because it turned me on to the reality of energy transfer. You dealing with somebody and you don't really, it's hard for you to resonate with them. That's your energy getting sucked out of you. I mean, we can't run from the world, but I've learned, I'm just trying to share. I've learned some people have to be cut off, man, or you have to put up a guardrail against them. Not to hurt them, but when you dealing with them and they, and you, it's like you can almost feel the energy going out of you. It's like the Creator is saying, beware. You have to, what's a good word for, you know what I mean? You have to be circumspect. You, brother, you probably already know what I'm saying, so that's good enough. I think you already know what I'm saying. I count that you, brethren, are way ahead of me. I think that a lot of the lessons I'm learning, you already know these things, and I give thanks for that. But it's better late than never, man. Let me see. Mahali, she's got something. Yeah, Sharice, good word. That's a good word, sister. Boy, you got it. Boundaries, man. I have learned if you let your boundaries be overrun, you're going to be a wreck. And you if you don't learn, I mean, you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. But we live in a situation where our energy, it can get sucked out of us. And that's, to me, I hope you brother understand where I'm coming from. Let me see. Mahali says, I don't talk about the Creator to anyone that is not ready or willing to listen. I don't know if I can tell who's ready or willing, because sometimes people, you just can't. For me, I just can't even tell. The only thing that I try to do is if they get something started with me, that's my new understanding now. If they get started with me, I used to chase people down. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn the hard way. This situation I'm in with the Creator and learning, this is my own, this is my own life. This is, I don't know how to say it. This is my own personal thing. I ain't gonna try to, if you get me started, I'll share. But my mind now is like I'm on my own road. This is my own thing. If we can go together, I would like it. But if we can't go together, then we shouldn't keep company. If you're gonna suck my energy, I can't have that. So y'all posting some things. Let me see. Yaffa says, if they ask me a question or what I believe, yeah, I'm with you. Now, see, I'm with you there. I'll let them start it nowadays. I'll let them start it. Yaffa says, I can't help to punch them false gods. Yaffa is violent. You sisters, man. You sisters amaze me, man. You know, they're just as violent and vicious as brethren. Did you know that women are? Because they tap into their heart. They do things with their heart. Now, not to say I don't want to put brothers down. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get in trouble, man. So Cherise, she says that let me see, let me catch up with Cherise. She says uh let me see. Boundaries. I can't help it. Yeah. If they ask me a question or what I believe, okay, I can't. Oh, that's funny, man. See, Mahali says, yes, if they ask what my faith is, I will speak about it. Yeah, yes. Yeah, I didn't know you were so violent, man. Yavin says, it's bitter when it first goes down. Sharice. It's time for the soul confirmations. Time for the soul confirmations. Oh, that blessed my soul. I'm glad I can laugh. I'm glad. Thank you, Creator, because I don't laugh much nowadays, man. I just can't do it, man. I I be wanting to. It's hard. It's hard for me to laugh. A lot of brethren are probably like that too, man. We somehow, man, humor it helped take the edge off of things, you know. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead. Let me see. Mahari's got something else. She says, my 90-year-old relative lost her daughter last. Oh no. She lost her daughter last month. She is so indoctrinated in Christianity, and I know she won't get it. Oh man, that's a hell of a situation, man. Don't you, man? You know, and you know the terrible thing is situations like that. They tie people even more to the beast. You know, they start reasoning. Well, you know, it was probably the best thing, and I thank the Lord that you know, the life she had, and it tied people even more to it tie them even more to the beast, you know. Events, I'm telling you, man, you know, we're in a situation where the creator, if he don't break that spirit, if he don't break it, time for the reading of the word, or not the reading of the word. Let's go ahead and do the soul confirmations, and I'll go ahead and close the video. So the um, soul confirmation, top right. Again, if there's anybody new, real quick, read this on the left hand. What's on the screen? What I got on the screen right now? I'm scrolling down left hand side because you want to know how to prepare ye the way of the Creator in your soul. If this ain't how you do it, then tell me, how do you do it? Tell me, how do you do it? World, hey world, tell me, how do you prepare ye the way of the Creator? How do I prepare my soul? Somebody tell me. The world. Now they probably could, you know, speculate. some things. So just read that, anyone, so you can get an idea of what we're getting ready to do with the soul confirmation. So let's go ahead, let's do it. And so I can go ahead and close the video. It says here, upper right, where it starts with my soul is all my intelligence. Let me see. Molly's got one more thing. She says, the funeral was online and all they talked about was the Lord. Yep. How do you see there? Her 90-year-old relative lost her daughter. And she is so indoctrinated in Christianity. Yeah. Oh, that's a terrible thing. And then the funeral was online and all they talked about was the Lord. You know, Brother Selah did a pretty good video today, man. Did a pretty good video today about false gods fighting over regions because of the hells and knots that are in the world today. And people, the strongest influence of the beast kingdom, man. I mean, it talked about the hells and knots in the Middle East regions. Or he, you know, I thought it was pretty good, man. It taught me, man, about human nature, you know, how they will grab a hold of, oh, man, you can't, oh, man, you can't reason, you can't you won't search, you won't, don't get me started, man. I can't get started. All right, the soul confirmations on the count of 3. Okay, ready? My soul is all my intelligence, conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. Again, 1, 2, 3. My soul is all my intelligence, conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. Again, 1, 2, 3. My soul is all my intelligence, conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. And that's it for the confirmation of January 27, 2025. Creator, thank you. This opportunity we had reading your word, and it was a blessing. You're letting us know that unless we want to be benevolent in spirit, be our brother's keeper, we cannot make it. And that even right now, the vibration is going out amongst brethren who want to be a part of the new reality, that they are being empowered to bring about the new reality with the organic realm, righteous angels and lords, and that the current system of corruption, it cannot go on. It will not go on. It cannot go on. It must give way to the kingdom of light, where there is end of disease, poverty, suffering, the imbalance that's in the world, Creator. I thank you for this lesson. It blessed my soul, and I pray for my brethren here. Also, I pray for unspoken prayer that brethren need. I pray, brethren, to testify of your blessing upon their situation, whatever it is. So, Creator, again, just thank you for this opportunity to try to be a light while in this reality for me and my brethren. And in your name, I give thanks. So let it be. All right, brethren, that's the best I can do for right now. So thank you for joining me, brethren. Really blesses my soul to be able for us to meet together. And let me see. Sheree says, I missed it. Oh, okay. Talking about Brother Selah's video. Yeah, that was pretty good, you know. One lesson I learned, another lesson I learned too, was how you read the Bible, and it's let's see, Cosmic Cow mentioned something that was pretty profound. Well, they all did. How insane it is to keep the rituals, to keep those rituals as stated in the Bible. You know, all the bloodshed, the killing of animals, and how if you did that, you know, you would have an impossible situation, and people just accept it without thinking about it, and false gods, they seem to know that people, they will shut off. All you got to do is poison the well, and everything after that is, everything, after that, people just receive it without thinking, you know. Now you can read the Bible, you can look at it, and it's insane. A lot of that language about the things you do to sanctify, consecrate the temple, consecrate the altar, consecrate, the tent of meeting, and it's, when you think about it, it's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane, man, what they get away with telling people, and people, they know the way it works on people is, man, they are really holy people. Look at all that they had to go through, man. All this killing, all the meat sacrifices, all of the ritual, and the way it works in people's minds is, man, this is really a holy book, man. Oh, wow, look how detailed it is, and they know that it helps to strengthen their deception. So that was a good video. That was pretty good. I got a lot out of that. So, brethren, thank you for joining me. Tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel. Creator willing, I'll be here. And oh shoot, I had something else I wanted to say. I forgot what it was. So, brethren, thank you for being here. Thank you for blessing me with your fellowship. And until I see you again, Creator willing, peace be unto you. Shalom.